What's up, y'all? So, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So, today we're going to have a cute little Tottie Talk or Tot Talk, whatever you want to call it. And, I suggest you go get your coconut water. I got coconut water, but go get your water, your tea, whatever, because I'm on a healthy journey. Go get yourself something healthy and refreshing to sip on, and let's have a quick talk. Now it's storming here in Arkansas, so you're going to hear some rain in the background maybe. Don't be alarmed by it. And you're going to also hear me gulping this coconut water. Don't be alarmed by it. So I'm going to try to make this quick and simple. Um, but if you would like to have a discussion about trauma bonding or do a show or, anything like that, let me know in the comments and we can do it. I'm going to also talk about healing, not just trauma bonding. So, I'm going to start off with talking about a healing journey, what the healing journey looked like for me, and anything I think could and should be shared. Um, my journey of healing has been has taken over a matter of years. I mean, I have been sorting through things that have happened as I have the right to do so. I have been sorting through things that have happened in my life throughout my childhood and even my adult life to make sense of things and to just, heal. I mean, what I realized is I just couldn't keep running and throwing things to the side and not dealing with it because my fears and my hurt were showing up in my life. For example, this is just a brief example. When I was a kid, I was always looking out the window for my real mom or, my dad even to come. They might say they were coming and didn't come. Or maybe I'd just be looking to see if they would pop up and surprise me, and they would like never come. People would always form the habit of saying they were going to do something and not doing it. So when I was a kid, I remember maybe third, fourth grade, I started telling myself, okay, Tatiana, so when someone tells you they're going to do something, don't believe them. Don't believe them, and then that way your feelings won't be hurt when they don't do it. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't stop believing them. Like I would say I'm not gonna believe them. They're probably not gonna come. But then when the day and time came, I'd be looking for them, and they would not come. And I'm like, okay, so this is retarded. So I learned at a very young age, that you can't trust what people say. They'll let you down. They won't come through. I became extremely triggered by this when I would date and whatnot. I would be extremely triggered, and I still am. I had to realize that I was triggered by people not following through on their word, right? A part of my healing journey was me feeling like, oh, well, the reason I act, so hurt by that is because of what happened when I was a kid. But the reality of it is, I think we all know you don't have no business telling people you're going to do stuff, that you have no intentions of doing, and then not saying anything. Just have somebody lingering. You really don't do that to kids, but you don't do that to anyone, period. But anyway, so that was another stage, realizing, I don't have to be so hard on myself. But all that to say, I said all of that rambling was to say things show up in your adult life that stem from childhood trauma. And you need to be able to identify those things within yourself so that you know how to love yourself and you know your own love language and you know what's important to you. You need to be open to growth. And the healing journey is really just growth. Now, I will say there were ugly parts, and I am so grateful. This is why I have embraced and loved being alone, being single. I do have a son. So, I have really taken the time of, when he would be at school or when he sleep I've taken that time to do self work, to love on myself and sort things out and figure myself out and write and come up with a plan because I realized that after so long of letting all of these things pile up and tossing them to the back, like tossing them to the back of my mind, the pile was getting so big and so large, it was flooding to the front and interfering. So what happens is when you're dealing with so much trauma and you're just not dealing when you're not dealing with your trauma and you're not healing and growing from whatever's been bothering you, it starts flooding into everything. So your memory gets short. You know what I mean? Because you really have too much going on in your mind to focus when it's time to learn. You know, you're working and you're thinking about other things at the same time. You're doing everything robotically almost. You know what I mean? Because you have too much going on in your mind to actually be able to clear it and focus on one thing at a time. So I just realized I wasn't functioning at my best. I realized I wasn't happy, and I wanted to know what it was going to take to make me happy. And I realized that the life that I wanted did not seem to align with who I am. So there was just so much in this journey of even just realizing that what I was taught a woman is supposed to be was affecting me to the point to where I was ignoring what I actually want and who I actually am. I am a heterosexual woman. However, I was raised to be so independent to a certain, well, I definitely had that example. I just, at some point, I realized, though I love the idea of romance and marriage, my goals are not based around that. My real goals are not based around that. So, like, I was like, I kind of, I had to give myself permission to, like, live for myself. Like, I love myself and I love being by myself. And I am not going to spend the time that I have being alone, independent, okay, hardworking, beautiful. I'm not going to spend this time just worried about things I don't have. That's stupid. And a part of self-love. So anyways, so yeah, I appreciate the journey I went on. It was very difficult. It was very beautiful. It was dark and it was light. It was very much 50-50 of good and bad vibes, and I love it so much. I have never been this happy. I am a different type of happy. I am content. And I'm not talking about stimulus happy either, because I know everybody got them stimulus checks. I'm talking about self-worth, loving myself more, and supporting myself. I am talking about someone having a snake in your circle, and that snake is hissing and doing so much to try to break you down, but they can't, because you're your own best friend. They can't break you down, because the moment a bad thought even almost enters your mind, you give yourself a pep talk. And that's like the craziest thing ever. But when I tell you, I have given myself a pep talk like no other. I have hyped myself up. I done went in the bathroom, looked in the mirror, and hyped myself up, and handled business, and crushed feelings and souls, honey. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even be playing no games about, like, right about now. I'm too grown. People really think they do something trying to share their darkness with you. You know what I'm saying? People want to bring a plague. They want to tap you and let their plague spread. And it's like, girl, I'm so past that. Maybe one day you will be, but maybe not too. Like, this is just a quick side note. This is so petty and so trifling, but I'm going to just be real. I always want for people to heal and be their best. I really do. I want people to be happy because I like having happy people around me. I don't get no joy from seeing people be upset and depressed. A lot of people just want to trauma bond, which we're about to get into. Some people just want to trauma bond. And if they can't trauma bond with you, they're intimidated by you. People do not like happy people. Let me tell you that. People do not like happy people. I have met people who have more than me, and they be like, how dare you be happier than me when you have less than me? And then they try to make me not be as happy as I am. And here's the messed up part. Once you start doing stuff to be mean and shady to me, I then start to find joy in the fact that you can't be joyful. Isn't that trifling? When people are mean, even though like this is, he ain't done with me yet. He ain't done with me yet. Because when people are mean to me, I then stop caring about your healing journey. I stop empathizing and sympathizing, and I just be like, ooh, I'm happy you're not happy. I don't even want you to be happy. I want you to stay as dark as you are. I want your attitude to stay as nasty. I want you to stay as judgmental as you are. I don't want you to make no friends. Go ahead. Keep doing it to yourself. But, I will leave you alone. I will. I will leave you alone. I will not do anything to you, but I will find joy in the fact that your life is looking so terrible. You look so unhappy. And the thing is, people can have everything that was once on your goal list. They can have the husband, or they can have a boyfriend, or they can have, and I said once on the list, they can have, a nice place or a nicer car, more money, and they can be straight up miserable. They can hate their lives because they don't know how to fight for themselves. They don't know how to love themselves. And if you don't love yourself, you don't know how to attract people who know how to love you. You don't know how to, you can't get what you need from your partner because you don't even know how to love you. So you can't help them love you. You know, people are too scared to be alone and do the work to actually, do what's best for themselves. But yeah, you come around here, you being mean and you being hateful and all of that, I will find joy in the fact that you're so miserable with your life and you hate your life so much. And then, you know what I'll do? I'll turn around and now I'll work harder to make myself happier. I don't know what kind of petty I done become, but I done became a different type of petty because I just realized that really hateful people who hate themselves, and yeah, people who hate themselves, they hate happy people. But at the end of the day, I want to be happy. I'm winning if I'm happy. I don't want to be fake happy and pretend to be happy. That don't count and it don't matter. And it's really a dead giveaway if you think you're doing a good job at it. It's a dead giveaway. You're not happy. But I don't know, y'all. Just pray for my pettiness because I legit shine bright like a diamond. I don't know. So let's talk about this trauma bonding. We bond with people over our trauma. Oh, you've been through this, you've been through that. Oh my God, me too. That is so crazy. You talk about it and it's like, oh my God, I just love the fact that you understand me. That how many times have we had those types of conversations? And it's like, yes, and the friendship might not last long or it might last forever. You never know. But a lot of us have been trauma bonding for years. You know what I started doing? I started bonding over fun. I started bonding over the fact that people mind their business, know how to have fun, and don't judge. And actually want to be happy, actually want to experience things and build sisterhoods and familyhoods, because I hang out with guys too. I don't want to just trauma bond. Now I want to help anyone that I care about through whatever they're going through. I want to love on you and show you support. But here's what I learned a long time ago. See, real friends don't put you in hurtful situations. So a real friend doesn't invite you to kick it and want to just talk about hurt. Because anyone who you need in your life does not want to sit in darkness and does not want you to sit there either. Now, if you're going through things and you need to talk and vent, that's okay. But a good friend wants to help you move forward, move past it, move out of it. If someone hits you up and they're telling you all the hardships they're facing in life and how they feel about it, you listen and you be there for them. And then you offer them a solution to uplift them. Well, how about this, sis? Let me take you out tomorrow. How about I take you and we go get ourselves a bite to eat? or we go exercise, let's meet here, let's do this, let's do that. Offer, a solution to help get their mind off of things, and, give them something to look forward to, keep them busy to get away from that crap. Like, and if you offer them that and they shoot it down, all they want to do is sit in the darkness, you might need to start thinking twice. Now, sometimes people just be down for a few days, you know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying. If all this person wants to do is trauma bond, but they don't want to heal together, they don't want to grow together, they don't want to build together, you got to let them go. You cannot form a habit of bonding with people over trauma and y'all don't have nothing else in common. If that trauma ain't finna be turned into a business, let it go. If y'all not bonding over trauma, but hey, I found out about this group where people meet and it's like a therapy session and blah, blah, blah. Then let it go. You don't need no company to be miserable. Misery loves company. Yes, it does. And I will tell you this. The hardest thing about bonding over trauma is healing. Healing, and then they don't want to heal. They don't have nothing positive to bond with you over. They don't have nothing positive to share with you. That's never been the tone of your relationship. You guys have never sat up and just been positive Patty people. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to take it upon yourself to be responsible enough to protect your energy. The first thing someone who loves to see you in the darkness will do is say, oh, well, you seem so happy. So what about... They want to see you sad. They want to know. They want to know that your life is not peaches and cream. I have been learning that people are just so triggered by you looking like your life is too good. And my life is not good. My life is not perfect at all. But let me just tell you how shallow people are. And I kind of said this a minute ago. But... And this isn't being shallow. This is just mostly about people not knowing how to be happy with themselves. It's not about being shallow. So a woman I looked up to had the house of my dreams at that point. A house I would have killed for. I ain't gonna lie. Not really the car I would have killed for, but then she ended up getting a car I would have killed for. Buku money. And on top of that, she did it all by herself. This woman was goals. This woman couldn't bring herself to function with me around. And do you want to know why? Because she could not stomach the fact that I got male attention that she didn't get. I didn't even notice the attention that she noticed because I have, sorry to say it, gotten it my whole life. I just figured it was Southern hospitality. Everything that happened, all the attention I ever got from men really stood out to her. And she kept bringing it up. She kept bringing it to my attention. It was a consistent thing every time we're around each other. And no one that I can think of, other than guys that I've dated, has ever brought it to my attention like that. But it helped me realize, not just her, but other people too, they're realizing this, and this is a part of our issue. So even though you are so accomplished and I'm not, you feel like your life is just not enough because you don't look like me. And meanwhile, I just think she's beautiful. I don't compare us at all. I don't compare our looks at all. I just think she's beautiful. I would not mind looking like her. But she is forming all this jealousy and hate in her own mind, on her own terms. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about stuff that I don't even pay attention to. You know, it is so crazy how people just they people will hate you, okay? Because to them, your life looks too good. You might as well make it better. You might as well fight for your joy and your happiness so it can actually be as good as they think it is. Okay? People are just crazy out here. I've had somebody else had the family set up I would have prayed for, excuse me, when I was a kid. You know, again, I'm very much a product of the system. This person had the family structure I would have prayed for, that I did pray for as a kid and wish I had as an adult. But at some point I knew, girl, stop praying. You ain't finna, you too grown to get a mom and daddy now. The family set up I would have prayed for. Same thing. She worried about the wrong things. Just worried about how jealous and insecure she feels. And me, I didn't even have the mindset, you know, just to not to be dark or anything, but I was raised to think that I was ugly. So I didn't even realize that when, a lot of the times when I was having issues with women, that this is why, you know, they would say things sometimes that would hint at it, but I didn't see myself as someone who was attractive. So I didn't realize that there was, you know, like jealousy and things like that happening. It feels awkward even just saying it now. I don't really want to say it, but it is just so crazy. But they will make it a mission to release on you, and people will have such an issue with you when they feel like you are on the verge of happiness or you're happy. They will have such an issue with you that it'll bother them, and then they'll explode. Has that ever happened to anyone where people have an issue with you and you just be minding your business, living your life, and then one day they just unleash and they don't even really want to admit what it is or say what it is. So they can't even actually tell you what their real issue is because it's so shallow, so stupid, and it's really an issue they created themselves, you know, but they still explode because they dumbass been thinking about it all night and day. Bothered by some shit can't nobody control. Oh, people are just something else, man, something else. But trauma bonding is not something that you do, okay? Do not bond with people over trauma, especially if you're not in that darkness anymore. If you want to bond over healing, if you want to bond over anything else, okay, whatever. Trauma, try to stay away from it. Because when you try to go to those people who you bonded with trauma over to do anything productive, they probably won't have anything for you. Okay? The last thing you need is to be on a healing journey and have all these people around you who don't know how to heal. So your healing is looking real unfamiliar to them. And they looking at you like you crazy. Meanwhile, they look crazy because they're willing to sit in the dark. Don't do that. Love yourself more, okay? Whew, this coconut water is popping. I'm surprised. Because some brands do not be tasting good, but I'm drinking the pure C2O coconut water. It comes in like a carton, and I put it in the refrigerator, and it's so good. It's unsweetened, but it still has a little sweetness, but it's real good. But I think that's pretty much all I really wanted to cover. I've been having such an issue with unhappy people lately, and I'm just loving my headspace so much that I'm just like, okay, well, I just want to protect it and make sure I don't fall back into old habits, because I have formed the habit of understanding people who are hurt to the point to where I will just overlook the things that they do, because I know I'm like, I know you're hurting. I know, you know, you're being stubborn. I know, you know, what you're going through. So I try to, you know, be lenient, and you can't be so lenient to the point to where you allow people to hurt you. Somebody just don't like you. It don't even matter sometimes. Sometimes you don't even have to worry about trying to convince them to like you. Somebody don't like you, stay away from them. If someone does not want you to be happy, stay away. If all somebody wants to do is try to point out your flaws, stay away. People, when you are healing from trauma and you trying to hang with those people who all you did was trauma bond with, they're going to drag you back into the darkness. A lot of people have the habit of doing something, and here's what it is. I can't think of the word for it. But what it is, let me give you an example. Let's say let us say, see, I don't want to use anyone. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm trying to think of a good example. I might have to offend somebody. So, let's just say I have a car. Let's say I have a car. Say everybody got a car. Well, okay, let's say I have a car. And let's say you don't. No, let's turn that around. Let's say you have a car. And let's say I don't. So you have a car, you living your life, minding your business, you driving around. I don't have a car. Now, when I'm talking to you, all I'm doing is I think these are maybe called microaggressions, but I'm saying things like, yeah, I noticed you have a car, but I just want to make sure that the car that I get is better than that one when I get one. It's like, oh, huh. But bitch, you don't have one now, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be doing that slick, petty stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many people, and I wonder, do they realize we notice what they're doing? What we have to do, what I want us to all do as the people is make sure we start speaking up more when people do that petty ass shit. I know that it's eating you up, that you're not doing something that you see me doing. I know that you're insecure or whatever your trauma is based on is by, causing you to feel some type of way while being around me. My son is with me all the time. Here lately, I've gotten child care or whatever, but my son is like always on my hip. So I dated a guy and he didn't take care of his child at the time. I didn't really know about the child, but he didn't take care of his child. What do you think he felt? Insecure. If I got my child around all the time, or, every time I talk to you, what you doing? I got my child, I can't really do that today, but whatever. And you don't take care of yours, I start making you feel insecure about the fact that you're not being a parent. Right? You know what I'm saying? Then you start picking and you start trying to, tell me, where you see I could do better. You don't even take care of your child. You don't even take, so what this person is really trying to do is convince themselves that even though they're not doing something and I'm still not perfect. They have to convince themselves of this because they're hurting. They want to use me to convince themselves that it's okay for them to have done what they've done. And that's what people do to you. That's what people do to other people. They use you to help or hurt themselves. That is the only reason why someone bigger than me would say to me, oh, you have a nice shape, but your butt could be bigger. And you shape like a potato. You got the nerve to be shaped like a potato and be telling me something about my shape. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get people. And that's why That's why I'm not being nice no more. I'm not being nice no more. I'm not. I'm not being nice no more because my thing is I don't care about how nobody look. I have always been that type of person. I will hang with people who look a mess. I have even hung out with people who stunk. I will talk to people anywhere, ever. I will talk to homeless people. I talk to everybody the same. I mind my business. I don't care your sexuality. I don't care. I do not care. I mind my business. As much as I've been through, as much as I've experienced in life, it just seems so stupid and shallow to walk around forming hate for people for their appearance or their lifestyle. As long as you're not out here raping and killing and like, I'm minding my damn business. Like, I don't have time to be angry and evil just because I can. Sorry, I love myself more than that. So I'm like one of the least judgmental people, and until you get on my bad side. And I just don't understand why people would want to go out of their way to offend people. I also don't understand why so many people are bullies, because the more you let somebody get away with something, the more they actually do. And that's why I just feel like I want to stop people from trauma bonding. I'm going to stop talking so much. I would, if I could do anything, I just want you to make sure that you think about it before you actually do it next time. Make sure you're not just trauma bonding with people, okay? Because it's going to be really hard for them to give you anything positive. If all you know about someone is their trauma, before you consider a friendship with them, see what else they got. Make sure, or a relationship too, but make sure that person is actually willing to do productive and healthy things. If they don't know how to love themselves, or especially if you out here dating people, if somebody don't never have their child, if they don't take care of their child, you never see or hear about their child, they don't know how to love nobody. They do not know how to be a friend. They do not know how to be a lover. Let me tell you something. People got kids out here, they don't never have them. Beware. Okay? Seriously. It's crazy because we'll fall in love with people, and we have to make sure we think about the important things. You don't have no business as a male or a female with somebody who got kids or has a child who you never see or hear of. Okay? You go to their house, they ain't got nothing for the child there. No. They ain't shit. So, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here because for some reason I can't help but rant. I'm going to have to start writing a paragraph or something before I get on here because I just be talking. This is supposed to be a 10-minute conversation and it's 33 right now. Whew, Chile. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. It's crazy. I've been on this weight loss journey. I'm gonna just keep drinking this coconut water because I'm actually hungry. I lost 8 pounds in 2 weeks. I lost the 8 pounds, and I looked in the mirror. I could definitely see the weight loss, but I was just like, Tatiana, like I lost 8 pounds, but it wasn't enough. It was not enough. I was looking in the mirror like, girl, 8 pounds and this still what you look like? I let things get too far. I let it get too far. A few weeks ago, I looked in the mirror and I said, girl, you look pregnant. The last time you looked like this, you were pregnant. I have a son. He's 8, in case y'all don't know. What is going on? And at that point, I was like, okay, no. So I've been, making moves, making sure I take care of myself and be healthy and whatnot. And at the very least, I'm counting these calories like a mug. But then, let me tell you what had happened. my son asked me, he said, Mama, can I have a pizza? I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'll get you some pizza. Even though, I really don't like for him to eat that kind of stuff either. Normally, if it ain't like me throwing a kickback for him or something, telling people, come by, bring your kids, then he doesn't eat like that. But I did say yeah, and I went and got him a little pizza. And I told him, I said, you better not eat all that. He's 8, y'all. He will eat a whole pizza. I was like, you better not eat all that pizza tonight. Put it in the refrigerator. And I had him put it in a container. Y'all, in the middle of the night, I got up and tore that pizza down. And I was like, see, we don't need nothing like this in the house. That's the problem. We didn't need it in the house. So, anyways, that day I ate that pizza. I don't remember what else I ate. I want to say I ate some chicken wings. I don't know. And the next day I had gained 2 pounds. I was like, what? How the hell I gained 2 pounds that quick? I don't know. But anyways, I done lost the 2 pounds now. But I feel like that was a waste of time. I was hoping to lose 4 more pounds this week, but it's looking like I might just lose 2 because I wasted time gaining 2. But yeah, just by cutting calories alone, eating less at this point, honestly, I only get hungry like once a day. So that's the funny thing about it. And I'm going to probably get some rice cakes because the biggest issue is wanting something in my mouth but not being hungry. Wanting to chew something but I ain't hungry. Also, before I get off of here, a quick tip is when you're eating something and it's too chewy to swallow, don't go ahead and swallow it, spit it out. That's been helping a lot too. I realized how many times I would eat something and I would just go ahead and swallow because it was too chewy. Don't do that. Spit it out. If you're eating an orange and it's tasting chewy or something, spit it out. If you're eating meat and there's a real chewy part, don't just go ahead and swallow it. Nope, spit it out. Whatever it is. Don't just swallow it just to get it out your mouth. Spit it out. You don't need those calories or nothing. If you don't want to eat it, don't eat it. But all right, y'all. So thank you to anyone who actually stayed tuned. I will be posting some great content soon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But I'll be posting some amazing content in the next few weeks. And